Well, hello, my dear friends, my dear viewers. Welcome back to the channel. And we are here for this week's chapter of The Promised Neverland. Chapter 52 of its name, BG06. Part 2, I believe. Yeah, we'll see the chapter in a minute. Okay, so we start with Sung-Joo. Okay. Your numbers have increased quite a lot in these past 5 days. Have you found the escapees yet? Sung-Joo versus the chasers. You are quick, and he's dead. Alright. They've seen us. Even if the humans should die, that's unacceptable. These pests, you must be exterminated. Alright. So, B0632 Part 2. Demon against demon face to face. Oh, now this is an interesting development. I was not expecting this. I was honestly expecting that last chapter would be the last we saw from Sung-Joo in a very long time, but it doesn't seem so. Oh, okay, so it wasn't last chapter. It is this chapter. Okay. So we cut back to the kids lost in the middle of nowhere. What can we do? This is really B0632. What does it mean? There's nothing here, no sign of any kind, nothing at all. So can you see anyone in the area? Any humans? I think there's no one. Okay, so the kids are now getting restless. So Minerva isn't here after all, but why? We came all the way here for nothing. What to do? Damn. We came all the way. Feel better now. The kids just threw in a tantrum. Jesus. Then calm down and listen. If Minerva is the one going back and forth between the worlds, then it won't always be on the demon's side. And even if the demons usually avoid these deserted areas, imagine if humans just stood around like sitting ducks. Or if they left obvious signs, they wouldn't last long, right? Emma the pen. Yesterday I found out about the next part. The contents of the pen go on after what we had seen. And what did the next part show? Nothing at all. To be more precise, nothing I could see. Okay. I couldn't access the rest of the data. I'm sure I put in the right answer, but even then, no matter how many times I tried, I could only see as far as Minerva's message from before. Okay. Ever since way back then, when Norman didn't leave Emma clear instructions to memorize it all, I've been wondering whether the extra information was something we'd only need once out in the field. But that wasn't it. I got it wrong. Norman too couldn't access the data in that house. I think that's because the pen will only show the next part once you bring it to a certain location. Okay, exactly here in B032. Okay, that's cool. That's interesting. Okay, first, touch me. Page 45, line 3, third word. Alright. The code word is different from before. Okay. Here's Minerva's passage. Okay, so I am kinda lost. So they are moving the pen, or are they moving? How are they getting these messages on the Okay, so they just follow the code along. So this code would be page 108, the 15th line, the first word. And so they encoded. Okay, so this is what he was able to do. Okay, but if Ray's theory is right, this time it should work. Page 108, line 15. The first word is history. Oh, that's a blueprint. That's a map of an area. That's cool. Could that be the map of a plantation? The ones that mass produce meat, I mean. Ooh. It's a map. There's an underground entrance. It's around that area. Go look for it. Okay. Something's happening. Okay, there's a secret hatch. It doesn't look inviting at all, but down the hatch, they say. It was really here after all. He wasn't lying. This is B0632, the place where Minerva is waiting. Let's go. Ah, that won't be that. Okay. This is an underground shelter for human beings. I heard somebody behind that door. Seriously? The guy we thought was a myth is here. A human being, is he really? William Minerva. You've come a long way. Congrats and welcome to Shelter B0632. This took an interesting turn. I wasn't actually expecting them to find him. If it is him, I mean, we are assuming that this guy is William Minerva. This guy might not actually be, and in fact, I don't think he is. I think William Minerva is long dead. The thing is, I think William Minerva was the first human to either escape from a plantation or was the first human to be safe from demons whenever demons took over the world. And that he dedicated his entire life, the remaining of his life, he dedicated to build the codes, to spread them throughout the plantations, to build the underground shelters, to maybe rescue more humans. I think I put on the possibility that William Minerva could be a demonized human. You know how I said that Musica looked a little bit more human than demon? I think William Minerva could be a guy like Musica. Like, he's demon in a sense. He was transformed into a demon, but he's still a human. That's how he was able to spread the books and the clues all throughout the manor, because he had access to them in some way, and a normal human, a normal adult human, wouldn't be able to have access to it. He would be caught, if nothing else, by the kids and the mama and the mama herself. So the guy had to have some sort of way to, unless he had of course an easier way in and out of the plantation. And then that begs the question, why didn't he show the kids that way instead of the long and perilous way they had to take? And if such an interest exists, why didn't he use it himself to save more kids? So that's out of the question. Of course, it could be that this guy is just William Minerva, which I wouldn't really want for it to be real. As much as I would like to know finally who William Minerva is, I don't think it should be this guy. I think this guy should be a completely new character, one that we'll come to know of and eventually like, sort of. because he seems to be running the whole operation now, but I don't think he's William Minerva. For me, this guy is like the spiritual successor of William Minerva. Maybe William Minerva is not even a person, it's just a mantle that the current savior of the current regent, let's put it in these words, the current region of humankind takes to sort of appeal to everyone else. Instead of having a John, a Richard, and now an Anthony, a whatever, we have this guy. We have a guy, because they don't have names. That's the thing. Humans, I mean, the kids have names, but I don't know if everyone does. Emma, Ray, Norman, and all the other kids, they have names. However, what if William Minerva was a guy that maybe he had a name, but he decided, I'm gonna take these guys. This is the guys that I'll take to save humans, to save humankind. And this is the guys that will carry on throughout the ages. No matter how long they take, there must always be a William Minerva. I'm the first. There could be a second, there could be a third, a fourth, a fifth, so on and so forth, until all human race is saved and free of demons. Maybe that's it. I'm coming up with these theories on the fly because I really don't want this guy to be William Minerva. I want William Minerva to remain the mystery that it started out to be. Like, maybe this guy will go on next chapter and say, oh no, William Minerva, I'm not him. You'll get to know him one day, but I'm not him. Maybe he is the current William Minerva, but we won't get to know it. I just think that this should remain a mystery a little longer, just to keep something in the hidden, because things are happening a little bit fast now. They found a shelter, they found an adult human, which apart from the mamas was thought impossible in the world. So things are progressing at an alarming rate. I say alarming, it's not really alarming, but they are happening. Now, for the first time, in the past few chapters, the Promissed Neverland has moved significantly, just apart from the day-to-day story in the orphanage. So, we are officially on a new phase of the story. The first phase was the orphanage, the escape, and slightly on the forest part was the transition to this new phase, which is the outer world. They are now in the outer world with another human. How many more of them are there? We don't know. We'll have to wait for next week to find that out, if there even are any. But now begs the question, what will they do? Like, will we see them grow from kids to full-grown adults? Will the story skip that part, at least by a few years? I dare say Emma is like what? 15, 14, 16, around that. Let's imagine the story skips 10 years. That could be enough to like show them with a little more, because it seems unreliable and a sort of unbelievable as it can be in this manga. But it seems unreliable to have a bunch of kids mount up a rescue mission onto another plantation. So I think they should take a little bit of time to prepare, to train, to grow up, to learn the ways of the world, and maybe learn how the world came to be this way. Maybe this isn't the guy to tell them that, but I think they should learn it from someone in the nearby future. Then we cut off the story for 10 years in the future, where we see them grown up, wiser, and more skilled for the fight that lies ahead. So, my dear friends, my dear viewers, this is it for the Promissed Neverland this week. The grinding theories were the theory grindings, the theorizing grind gears have been on fire, and I struggled to say the words there, but you can imagine on how much fire they are on. The theorizing gears are just turning right now, as they always do. But, my dear friends, my dear viewers, I hope you have enjoyed this chapter as much as I have, and will look forward to the next as much as I am. The Promissed Neverland is kicking fast and furious onwards towards with the story. My dear friends, my dear viewers, this marks up the end of today's videos. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you have, please do leave your support down below. And as I have said on the 7 Deadly Sins video, if you haven't yet, please do check my Skyrim gameplay video. It's the first gameplay video I've put on the channel, and I hope it to be the first of many. Please do check it out and do let me know of your opinions in that same video. But alas, I say my goodbyes to you, and I'll see you on Thursday. Bye bye.